Life past 80 carries weight most people refuse to acknowledge until they're already living it. The body shifts. The social landscape transforms. Time itself begins to whisper different truths. These changes arrive quietly without announcement, yet they reshape everything about how you move through the world. Understanding what's coming means you can face it with clarity instead of confusion, with strength instead of shock. The social circle you once counted on begins to dissolve. Friends vanish through illness, distance, or death. Family members get absorbed into their own chaos. The phone rings less. Invitations stop arriving. You spend more hours in silence than you ever imagined possible. This happens to everyone, yet almost nobody discusses it openly. The adjustment feels personal, like you've somehow failed to maintain what once came naturally. You haven't failed. The rhythm of connection simply demands more effort when the world around you keeps moving faster while you're asked to slow down. Memory becomes your companion in a way it never was before. You replay conversations, moments, small gestures that seemed insignificant at the time. These aren't just nostalgic indulgences. They're how you keep people present when physical presence fades. The laughter you shared, the routines you took for granted, these now hold more value than any possession. Staying emotionally tethered to yourself and to even one or two deep connections becomes essential. When quantity disappears, quality becomes everything. Your body stops cooperating the way it did for decades. A cold that used to clear in 3 days now lingers for weeks. A bruise that would vanish overnight takes a month to fade. A stumble that once meant nothing can now lead to surgery, physical therapy, months of recovery. The margin for error shrinks to almost nothing. Missing a meal throws your system off balance. Dehydration hits harder and faster. Energy takes longer to return, and you feel every single day of recovery in ways you never did before. The frustration cuts deep, especially if you've built your identity around being capable, active, independent. Your body feels like it's betraying you, but awareness becomes your new form of power. When you notice how your system responds, you can adjust before things spiral. You can slow down without surrendering. You can give yourself permission to rest fully, to hydrate properly, to treat yourself with the same compassion you'd offer anyone else struggling. Strength now means protecting what remains by refusing to take it for granted. The world begins to overlook you. You enter a room and the energy doesn't shift. You speak and others talk over you, assuming you've finished when you've barely started. You repeat yourself more often. You wait longer to be heard. Your presence fades in conversations, even with family. This happens gradually, almost imperceptibly, until one day you realize your age walks into the room before you do. Your stories, your insights, your entire lifetime of experience gets brushed aside as if it carries no weight. This cultural shift stings. The world places youth at the center and assumes older voices have nothing urgent to contribute. You've lived through loss, love, triumph, failure. You hold more truth now than ever before. Yet people treat your words as background noise. The emotions this stirs up range from sadness to frustration to a quiet, persistent grief. Recognizing this change for what it is gives you power. Your value hasn't diminished. The culture has simply forgotten how to listen to its elders. Those who choose to truly see you and hear you are the ones who matter. They're listening even if it takes them longer to pay attention. Your voice still holds meaning. Your presence still carries weight. Speak what you've witnessed. Share what you've overcome. Be the quiet reminder of what grace, wisdom, and resilience actually look like. You may not dominate the room, but you bring something nobody else can offer. Experience holds more weight than volume ever will. Please, if you're finding this valuable, take a moment to subscribe. We're building something here that matters, and your support helps us reach more people who need to hear this. Just hit that button and turn on notifications. Now back to what we're exploring. The physical world you once navigated with ease begins to shrink. You go out less. Everything feels further away, more draining, harder to manage. Friends move, fall ill, disappear. Neighbors come and go. Favorite places close. Your world doesn't collapse dramatically. It contracts slowly, bit by bit, until you look around and realize how much has vanished. The loneliness starts as background noise, barely noticeable. Over time it grows heavier. Even fiercely independent people feel unsettled watching the familiar drift away. This carries emotional weight that few acknowledge. Naming it brings clarity. This is grief, and grief means you cared. You're mourning the slow disappearance of a life you built, witnessing pieces slip away through no fault of your own. Yet while the old world shrinks, space opens for something new. Growth may no longer come from travel or grand adventures. It arrives through deeper conversations, unexpected bonds, the sharing of memories in ways you never explored before. Life doesn't need vastness to hold richness. It needs meaning. Make the call even if it's long distance. Join the group even if it's virtual. Take the short walk even if it's just to the end of the block. Your world looks different now, but it's still alive. Space remains for laughter, connection, joy. The form has changed, yet the substance can still nourish you if you let it. Your body becomes unpredictable in ways that shake your confidence. One morning you wake up clear-minded, stable, strong. The next day brings fog, stiffness, uncertainty. Your knees lock up. Your hands struggle to grip a simple coffee cup. You've lived in this body for 8 decades, relied on it through everything, and now it keeps changing the rules without warning. You plan a morning walk and get hit with exhaustion you didn't see coming. You bend down to tie a shoe and realize standing back up takes effort you didn't budget for. Dizziness arrives and vanishes without explanation. Strange tingling comes and goes. This inconsistency erodes confidence faster than any single illness could. You pause before leaving the house, wondering what your body might do. That doubt makes you feel smaller, more vulnerable, uncertain in situations where you used to feel completely secure. The betrayal cuts deep. Yet here's where power still exists. Your body may be unreliable, but your response can be intentional. Flexibility becomes strength. Adaptability becomes your primary tool. You learn to plan differently, pace yourself, treat yourself with patience instead of frustration. You listen more carefully. You rest when needed. You stretch. You communicate with your doctor proactively instead of reactively. You stay one step ahead through knowledge and awareness. Uncertainty remains, but knowledge restores a sense of control. Your body may not be steady anymore, but you, through everything you've learned and survived, remain very much in command. Near the end here, so please, if this is resonating with you, take a second to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We're putting real thought into this content, and knowing you're here makes a genuine difference. We appreciate you. Now let's wrap this up. These realities land hard because nobody prepares you for them. The thinning of close relationships, the physical unpredictability, the cultural invisibility, these changes arrive quietly and reshape everything. Acknowledging them doesn't mean surrendering to decline. It means stepping into your life with eyes wide open so you can live more fully, more wisely, more freely. You've gained perspective that younger people simply don't have access to yet. When you face these realities with clarity, you build strength that radiates outward and touches everyone around you. Your voice matters. Your experience matters. Your presence matters. The world may not always recognize this immediately, but those who truly see you will never forget what you bring to every space you occupy.